The rest apply for the odd IPO or the odd share. They keep. Now, if we can do something like we did in telecom, in the financial services, we can see the ratios going up from 5 to 100 to 10 per 100 to 15 per 100. 15 per 100, of course, implies a huge staggering number of 15 crore people having demat accounts, having brokerage accounts, right? And you can imagine what happened to this financial service company. There's no reason that some of the bigger firms in India today will not become tomorrow's Morgan Stanley, tomorrow's JP Morgan, tomorrow's Goldman Sachs, because the opportunity is there. They know the domestic market and the opportunity is there. So what is happening in India is this rare confluence of factors that we're getting together. A young nation, huge opportunity, capital flowing, and a government that finally understands that, you can't have regressive tax rates, as Bhavna mentioned, of 105%. You can't have wealth tax, you can't have estate taxes, that we need to bring all these things in line. So I think fundamentally it seems to me that maybe the market won't break out a range this year, maybe it won't break out next year, but keep your eyes on the price, keep your eyes 4 or 5 years down the road, because that's the kind of opportunity that's staring us in the face. It's like I told you, if you understood in 1950 that America was going to become the next superpower, that it would be what was commonly now called the American century, you wouldn't have bought sold stocks, despite there being a depression in America, despite there being the Vietnam War, the Korean War, inflation, impeachment of a president, Y2K, because overall the great companies of that time created enormous amount of wealth. So we might be at a similar point. I mean, just the sheer basis on which the market has risen. I mean, we've climbed even better than China. The market fell, and the sheer velocity that has risen suggests that the market has appetite to probably go much higher. So the two key factors that I keep looking at, for a great business and a great market, time is your friend. I cannot predict to you what will happen over 6 months or 12 months, because markets are inherently volatile over that time. Time is a friend, and we are creating one extraordinary middle class society in India. And the middle class society is extremely good for stock markets, because they will consume, they will buy, they will grow the economy, they demand goods and services. So it's almost like someone told me that India doesn't grow because of its politicians, but it will grow despite its politicians. Thank you. To come in.
Thank you, Ramesh. To the point as always and hard-hitting. May I now request Bhanubhai to hand over mementos, followed by Uttam to give the vote of thanks. I'm sorry. We now take questions. We'll have a cumulative question and answer session. Please stand up, identify yourself, and say who the question is directed to, and we'll do the answers. Thanks.
My name is Pushpa Vijula. I'm an investor. My question is this, that we have almost $1.4 trillion locked up in scams, right, starting from the 1992. Is it possible for the broker forum to approach and put it back into circulation, because that is money of India that is locked up and not circulating? And that is creating a deficit budget, and that's creating the whole scenario. So the finances, why are the financial heads and businessmen not working on this? I've got a huge list. I've got the list of all the details of what the scam money is. It's right here if you want it. The details are right here. It's $1.4 trillion which is locked up. That is 73 lakh crores of rupees, including the politicians' Swiss funds. If you want me to read out, just give me a minute. No? Okay. So, why can't we do something about getting it back into circulation and tell them to do it on an aggressive footing?
Thank you for your question. Unfortunately, the forum on the budget is going to restrict the comments question asked to the budget. I'm sure it's a worthy matter you take up, but my suggestion to you is that it needs to be taken up with the Ministry of Finance. Anybody else here, please?
Friend, if you have any question answers, and or with budget, and or with the company, or the prospects of the company,
the gentleman on
very
the
happy.
background.
Because with us we have got an expert on income tax, we are an expert on analyst, so please focus yourself to that.
Yeah, Keshav, please go ahead.
Hi, could you give us your budget picks, all the people who
You want some budget
picks?
picks? Technically, yes. Mr. Narayan, what picks would you recommend?
budget picks or any picks which you feel could outperform in the next 6 months?
I think it's better that we look at some of the, let's say, beneficial set of sectors from the budget. And one of them which I would think of is where this large allocation has been made to R&D. So I would look for those set of stocks, particularly from biotechnology or pharma, which are heavy into, let's say, research. And I think that's where you can have a kind of multiplier effect. If they would, what they do in the R&D area will actually try and become successful. Second area I would look out, which is a new area, a new sector which seems to be emerging, would be something to do with, let's say, corporate hospitals. And I would take a look at stocks like Fortis, Apollo. These have all gone up, no doubt about it, but then what goes up also comes down. So I would keep an eye on these as a sector where there are a few players today, but the size of the companies are large enough, they are doing fairly well. And insofar as what have been their plans, particularly Fortis as well as Apollo, it seems to be very, very encouraging, and these are two stocks that I would keep my eye on.
Sir, our government has already initiated proceedings for disinvestments, like previous government BJP has done. So if the huge amount of disinvestment takes place of public sector undertaking, there is all possibility that market will go down. Could you please react in detail?
Please, you are asking question who? Mr. Narayan or
Anyone.
Bhavna, can the market absorb so much disinvestment? Do you have any idea?
But with so much investment, divestment coming in, that money will be pulled out from the market and it will go into, in a sense, with government, and government would use it for funding various activities. So to that extent, the money will go out of the circulation. But then at the same time, so many more shares, so much more liquidity will come in.
Yeah, well, look at it this way. We have a $1 trillion economy. We save 35% of that. That's $350 billion a year. In the next 5 years, you get to $2 trillion. So there'll be a 700 billion pool of savings in this country. Every year, we'll save $700 billion. 40,000 crores represents $10 billion. Okay? So it's an easy amount that the Indians can match. Two, out of the 10 billion, also $4 or $5 billion typically FIs will buy. So it'll not be all of the domestic economy that it will be supporting. Third, if the government launches it properly, if they offer a discount to retail shareholders for any NEPC or a REC or MMDC, there'll be huge demand for this stock. So the only thing is that we hope the government launches an enlightened disinvestment program, leaves some money on the table for retail investors. I think the market can and easily surpass that amount actually.
I would just like to add a point here that if you look at the way the market has really improved. See, the index has gone up, 4 times, 5 times, but look at the improvement in the market cap. Now, the market cap is more than 10 times or even higher than what it was earlier. This is a clear signal that the market can absorb a lot of money. It's not as though that, this is a on the surface kind of feeling that yes, if we have a lot of divestment of 40,000 crores, then what will happen to the trend and the whole. On the surface of it, it's fine, but this market has proved itself that it is in a position to absorb a lot of paper, and it would not be difficult at all. I don't think that's really going to be a major problem.
It also depends on the quantum of disinvestment.
The quantum of disinvestment has already been
40,000
crores.
crores. 40,000 crores. Anyway, next question.
Yeah, my answer to my question is not yet over. It picks from all the experts on the stage, including yours truly.
You know better than that, Keshav. Next question, please.
Hello?
There is one point I would like to draw. There are 22 life insurance companies.
Just 1 minute, sir. Keshav, by 8 minutes.
Say, more than 22 life insurance companies now there in the country. Now,